What's happening? What's good with it? What's popping? What it look like? What it be like? Welcome to the latest and greatest edition of the Talk of the Town Unfiltered podcast. Of course, you know me, Showtime, Mr. Talk of the Town. I got the squad with me. RG here repping gang. And you have on a hoodie and those braids. What
braids?
What's going on here? Oh, those are braids and a hoodie.
Right.
And a vest.
It's a jacket.
And a jacket with suede
sleeves. The jacket is made to look like it's...
The sleeves are suede?
No.
What material is that? Cloth.
Mm-hmm. It's made like it's like you had a hoodie on with a jean jacket. That's how it's made.
Oh.
You see?
Okay, got it.
You want hot out there? Was it hot down?
It is a thin jean jacket. This is thin. I could see through this.
Oh, okay.
I just put that on. I only had a t-shirt on earlier.
Oh,
your t-shirt and your panties on, like
that's what I had on all day, and threw the jacket on. So now I have a t-shirt with my panties on and a jacket, and glasses and earrings.
So it's a party.
So no makeup today, no nails, no
just
ring,
regular,
no
just
ring.
regular. Right? Would you like to explain where your ring is?
No.
Okay.
You can explain where my ring is.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Rich girl has a problem with smoking weed, and she forgets things and she loses things. And one of the things that she lost last week was her engagement ring. She doesn't know where it is. She can't find it. She gets a bell. She can't find it. And she is without her ring. So if she seems a little bit lighter this week,
keeping my hands just like this.
That's why her hands are in between her legs as usual.
No gang.
Right. Hands in between her legs as usual. So
like this.
I didn't say that. I just sounds like a personal issue. So anyway.
Happy hump day.
Right. Happy hump yourself day. So anyway, DJ Green, how are you, sir? How have your shenanigans been over the last couple of weeks?
It's been good. I've been praying for Rich Girl and that ring. I honestly thought you would have said you found it the next day, but yeah. But we ain't said the good news. She's gonna get another one. So
right, you know what I mean? And he said it's gonna be bigger and better.
That's what she said.
Man, I told her I would buy a small rubber band to put on. You be out back,
right?
Out back.
Put a piece of popcorn on.
You gonna lose it?
It's an accident. He know I didn't mean it.
That's what they all say.
You didn't mean it. Yeah.
Right. So everybody's been good.
So that's what they all say. That's what they all say. You wouldn't be so forgiving, Showtime. Is that what you're saying?
Huh?
Small rubber band.
You wouldn't be so forgiving. Is that what you're saying?
That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying I don't necessarily.
This should have been a topic of today. I didn't know we had mixed feelings.
Yeah, it would have been a good topic.
I'm saying I don't know if I would have rushed to get a new one though. You know,
he didn't do it yet.
I don't have it yet.
Right, but he's
gonna get it though.
He's gonna
get it. That's what I'm saying. He's gonna get it. That's the thing. I would have, you gotta wait for it. You gotta.
Is it like a punishment? Is that like a punishment?
No, it's because I'm broke. What are you talking about? It's a punishment.
Right.
What do you mean? I don't know if I'm gonna be able to afford another one. Right. You've seen the episode of Martin where he had to buy the ring for Gina and he made her wear the price tag on the ring. Like that's the type of time I'm on. A punishment? No, not a punishment. It's I can't afford another one. Right? You know what you
would be upset, or would you have been understanding?
I would have been upset. Yes, I would have been upset. Yeah,
you would have showed her, like you would have exexpressed that you're upset with her.
Probably not. Probably not. But under my breath, though, when we went to bed that night and she turned her back, it would have been a whole lot of kicking and fighting in the air. It would have been. Cuba Gooding and Boys in the Hood.
Cuba Gooding Jr. and
it would have been a whole. I would have went in the bathroom and tore some stuff up, boy. Like, nah.
You want to scold her at all?
Nah. No.
Yeah, he couldn't have. The way I was crying, he would have had to be a piece of shit.
You know, Arju's a big baby.
Right? Yeah.
She's a big baby around Oman, so I'm sure she put on the whole puppy dog eyes. Oh, Pooh, I'm so sorry, Pooh. What are we gonna do? I'm so sorry, Pooh. How can I? And you know what I mean? He didn't have the heart to scold her. So I'm
not gonna lie. My first thought was, don't say nothing. Let's just see if he notices. But because I'm in such a stable relationship and we're so honest, immediately I told him. Like immediately,
you told him over the phone or in person?
And I called him. He wasn't home, and I said, I can't find my ring. He said, what? I said, I can't find my ring. He said, what you mean you can't find your ring? It's like I don't know where it is.
When he got off that phone, let me tell you something. You were all sorts of bees.
It always loses. I'm tired.
Oh my goodness. He called you everything but a child of God. He
knew I should have gave her Cuban zirconia. She don't know better.
Yeah.
I say wait a year. It's gotta be in the house. It's gotta be in the house.
It's in here.
Yeah,
the last time I had it on was on the show. That was the last time I had it on.
Yeah, it's got to be in the crib.
I didn't wear it out. I haven't been anywhere. So it has to be in here. Unless, like he said, I threw it away.
Ooh, if it don't turn up in a year, that must have been that. Or somebody stole it. But I don't see how that could happen. Somebody broke in your house. You know what I'm saying? And just took the ring. But
right.
Unless Omar took it and pawned it.
Now you're thinking. Now you're thinking.
He took it back.
That's a smart brother right there.
He gave it to the next bitch. The next bitch been on his back. Nigga, when is you gonna make this official? Oh, don't worry about it. I'll make it official tonight as soon as she go to sleep.
Slip that joint right on off. Put some butter on her fingers, some Vaseline. Slide it on off. Like, damn, you lost your ring. What? That's how you do it.
Got you. Why is my finger so wet? Why was my finger so wet when I woke up?
Yeah, all this grease on my fingers.
Okay.
I won't go throw that out there as a possibility.
Right.
But the red pill and you said you weren't gonna take it there. But I didn't.
Like gonna take it there. Like that.
I watch a lot of Criminal Minds and a lot of crime shows, and if we're looking for suspects.
He's prime.
You guys make sure y'all tune into my Snap special.
He's a prime suspect.
It's gonna be my Snap special will be one for the books.
You already moved your grandson out. He didn't do it. Kuda didn't do it because he was probably at football practice or talking to one of his girlfriends. Well, then again, Kuda might have done it, and then he probably gave it to a girlfriend.
I give my girlfriend one of my mom's costume jewelry.
This is okay. This is
a lot of suspects in here. I'm gonna have a meeting like Martin did.
Like on Martin did, yeah.
I was thinking the grandbaby. I won't think the grown kids. No, the grandbaby might have got a hold of it. That's all I can say.
He don't have a motive. He don't have a motive. Only motive.
He has taken one of my necklaces and put it somewhere, and we found it.
Oh, he's a prime suspect then.
So now we have 3 suspects. Okay.
Yeah. Right, so he's definitely on the suspect
list. The list keeps growing. Okay, we'll come back to this investigation a little bit later. Has anybody been outside without a mask on? Let's ask that before we get started with the show.
I've been stopped wearing masks.
Green has been stopped wearing masks. RG, have you been outside without a mask?
No.
You're lying through your teeth. You're lying. You've been outside without your mask.
No, I go outside. What do you mean? What's that mean?
In public. Have you been in public? Grocery store, Target.
Oh no. Now if I go to the grocery store anywhere, I'm gonna wear a mask. But I have taken my mask off.
Where?
In places.
Like
where you drink and
do some hookah.
And do some hookah,
right.
And smoke some weed.
Fine dining establishments, according to you.
Fine dining. 5-star restaurants.
I took my mask off in public for the first time this weekend.
Really?
How did you feel?
Strange.
Like you were naked?
Yes, I felt strange.
In the grocery store, you don't wear the mask, Green?
I haven't worn a mask since the first day they said you ain't gotta wear no mask. I'm vaccinated.
So no, hold. Let's stop with that. You know you can still get the COVID. You know you can still get COVID, right?
Right. And I also know you've seen the report, 99.2% of COVID deaths in June were non-vaccinated people. The vaccine works.
No, I'm not saying that. You're gonna live. We got that part. But do you want to pass COVID on to one of your joints, your kids, or somebody that matters to you? Your kids have been vaccinated too?
Not my baby boy. He can't. Not my youngest. The other ones have. The other 8 have. No, the other 2 have. Yeah.
The other 8.
So what about the Delta variant, Green? You're not concerned about that?
Right.
No, the vaccine still
protects. No, it's gonna eat right through that.
No. They said that's what they said. You need to get the vaccine more now because the Delta variant is more crucial.
Right.
But the vaccine still works.
Right. The vaccine stops you from dying from COVID. Those
COVID.
numbers are a little skewed, but that doesn't mean you can't.
But you're gonna die from the other one. Mm-hmm.
You're gonna die from COVID. They're gonna make it a COVID related death if they think it's
no. If you get COVID, and let's say you have high blood pressure, let's say you have diabetes, and you die from diabetes related causes, that's not because of COVID. That's because of the diabetes. So that 99.2%, that number is skewed because, of course, you're not dying from COVID. That is very correct. But it doesn't talk about the other issue. Now, I don't know what the numbers are, but that doesn't mean that you can't die from something else that COVID
if it triggers something else.
That is correct.
Right. It activates something else in your body.
I'll take my chances.
I took the vaccine.
Green, you have a lot of unprotected sex. Are you sure this is the type of chance that you want to take? Because I'd hate for you to get COVID and then your herpes flare up and then you dead. Like I don't want that.
We don't want that for you. We don't want that for you.
I don't want your herpes to flare up and then you dead.
No, that's not
because true. Herpes flare up comes from COVID.
No. Right. Don't even tie my name to that shit.
I'm just saying. I'm trying to look out for you, brother. Like, I'm trying to make sure you straight.
We are transparent on the show. We tell it all. If we talk about people, we can talk about ourselves, Green.
When you take the Delta variant and you mix it with herpes, it's a death wish. That's what the people say.
Death sentence.
Delta variant, automatic. Herpes.
The Delta variant makes herpes a deadly disease.
Yes, it does. That's why you don't want to play.
Y'all need to be.
The statistics are like 95.782%.
I'm just saying. That's right.
I read it today.
97.9% of people with herpes who get the Delta variant, they end up dead. That's just.
I read it today.
Facts.
It was on the CDC website.
That's facts. So, they end up dead. So you might want to check yourself.
You might want to rethink that wearing mask out thing.
We're trying to be a respectable outlet of news. Y'all can't just spread shit like that, yo.
I'm just saying. I'm trying to help a brother out. That's all I'm saying. So yeah, I was out without a mask on this past Saturday, and like RG said,
how did you do it?
I went to a party. This is my first time being outside.
Party? You went to a what?
Right, Showtime.
Yeah, I did. Shout out to Lonnie B. Lonnie B had a Art of Noise party out here.
Who's Lonnie B?
He's a DJ in Richmond, and he does these parties called the Art of Noise. Well, it's just like just good music, classic music, old school joints. And I went, and no one had my mask in my pocket, just in case. Mm-hmm. I walked up to the door and walked in. I didn't see one person in the mask on. I said, okay, well, this is what we're doing.
Here we go.
Ask me my Hennessy. Let's get it popping. And I didn't have a mask on it. And that was that. And
how did you feel, though? How did you feel?
It felt a little weird.
After a couple shots of Hennessy, you forgot all about mask and all that.
I didn't care about a mask. Yeah, because Hennessy is a coat in the wintertime, and it's a mask during COVID. So it kills all of that. Before the germs even hit you, the Henny kills all of that, right?
More alternative facts from Showtime.
The Henny kills all of it. Henny kills all sorts of anything.
I read that. It kills 86.724%.
Percent of that's
the same. It kills the herpes too, right?
It does not. So you might want to be careful. It does not. So let's move on. Let's see what we got to talk about today. A whole lot of stuff going on inside of the world since we've been gone for the last 2 weeks. Let's start with the Sha'Carri Richardson story. I know this story has been kind of beat up and down. A lot of folks have been talking about it. For those that don't know, Sha'Carri Richardson. It was announced, I guess, last week that she will not run in the Olympics. She was doing the 100. She tested positive for a drug test. She tested positive for weed. Now there was some optimism that was still being held out that she was going to get to run in the relays. But now the United States track and field team has decided that she will not run in the relay. She was possibly going to run in the 4x100 after her suspension was up. But her name has not been on the roster. The federation said that they have 2 discretionary picks they're going to use. One is a 21-year-old sprinter. And when they asked Sha'Carri about it, they said that she hasn't even thought about it. She has taken full accountability for what happened. And she said she's young and she's got a long life to live and a long career. But I've been seeing a lot of folks saying that maybe we need to, as Black folks, boycott the Olympics. So my question to you two, how do you feel about the decision that was made to cut her from the Olympic team altogether, not just from the individual races, but altogether? And do you think that it's time for Black folks to boycott the Olympics? DJ Green.
Well, one, I don't know. They say the suspension is only 30 days. I heard she still can run in the Olympics. I don't know how.
No, that's what I just said. Listen to what I'm saying.
They changed that.
Right. The only option that she had was to run in the relay. So the suspension, it does end in 30 days. But the United States Olympic squad, they would have to put her on the team. They've elected not to put her on the relay. So she's not going to get to run.
Oh, well, shit. I mean, she broke the rules. They don't piss test you off a race. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Now, I would say that whoever's on that committee is stupid, because didn't she break a record or some shit?
In the 100, yeah, in the 100,
she did.
Yeah, that's just a bad decision as far as win or not.
So you think they should have saw that the test was positive and just ignored it?
No, not ignore it. Let her have a 30-day suspension, put her on the relay, and then let her. I don't know if she.
So they shouldn't go by the rules.
She just can't compete for 30 days, right?
So they shouldn't go by the rules and the policies that's set in place for the Olympics. That we should break them. 30 days if you're really good, we should break the rules for you.
He's saying that she should run in the relay, which technically she would have been. It would have been okay for her to run because it would have been outside of her 30-day.
Long as she piss clean, yeah.
Right. So I think the reason that they didn't tell her, they didn't let her on, is because what if they let her on and she pisses dirty again?
Right. Then they.
I think that's why they didn't let her run.
Now maybe they got an inside tip that she smokes every day.
And also, you got to think of what she said. Right now, she said almost like the young girl that was a tennis player, like her mental ain't right. Mm-hmm. So they're probably taking all of that in account. Like you're saying, sometimes she may just do this again. Will you get weak and feel sad and want to smoke a blunt again?
Mm-hmm. RG, you smoke a lot of weed.
Smokes all the time, like
right. RG, you smoke a lot of weed.
Yes.
What do you think? What do you think about the initial decision to stop her from competing in the Olympics?
Because she smoked?
Because she smoked, yes.
Right. I think they should stand by their decision that she shouldn't run.
Even as a weed smoker.
Like if she knows the consequences, she knows it better than us. She knows the rules and the policies better than us. And we know that you can't do drugs while you're in the Olympics or in sports, period. Mm-hmm. We know that.
I will say this.
She's young and she made a bad choice and she has to live with it.
Mm-hmm. So what a lot of folks aren't saying is that, and a lot of people compare this to the Michael Phelps situation, which is totally different. Totally. After 2012, they actually made the rules a little bit more relaxed for smoking weed. Right? They increased the threshold of how much weed you can have in your system before you can get knocked. Yeah.
How much?
I don't know the exact amount.
She was real high.
So that's what I was about to say. So that means she was above the level. She was smoking all weekend, pretty much.
And the ban used to be 2 years. So they reduced the ban from 2 years to 30 days. So you hear a lot of people talk about, how it's unfair, but I think, number one,
her career is not over.
I really sympathize for her. I sympathize with her because she is a young Black woman trying to do some great things. She made a bad decision. Mm-hmm. But I think some learning experiences some lessons are more expensive than others. And I think this is just going to be an expensive lesson. And I think, if you get to the point where, you break the rule or you bend the rule or you say this, that, you know what I mean? I think it's just, it sucks. Like, it sucks. Like, I get it that her mom passed away and she suffered some tragic losses. But I think these people just doing what they supposed to do. And I think they've made strides to, as we, as a society, as we get to a place where marijuana is becoming more acceptable and it's becoming, legal in certain places, but it's not legal all over the world.
Right.
Like, this is a world organization. Like,
but she was in a state where it was legal though.
Right, but
around the world is a world.
No, I'm just saying it wasn't like she was somewhere where she shouldn't have been smoking. She was in Oregon.
Right. So I think people are jumping up in support of her, and I've seen some of the Olympic athletes saying that, like, don't forget about us. Like, we need your support too. Like, don't boycott the Olympics because.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Why do people want to boycott and she don't? Like, why do y'all want to make an extra step and move above what she wants to do?
She cool with it. She like, all right,
she's taking ownership. She said, I knew the rules.
Right.
And I broke them.
Right.
Like, y'all need to chill out. Everybody is so ready. I'm sure that these people got signs and markers ready to make a sign and boycott something. Like, it's not that serious. She's taking ownership. Leave it alone.
I think is the biggest point. See, I don't know if any of y'all have ever been on probation.
No,
but similar to probation, when you're taking your piss test. So she could have said, I'm not going to smoke for a couple of weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And it really, as much as she runs and drinks water, she probably could have smoked for like 5 days. And she would have pissed clean. She was smoking like within a week. And that's why she's like, no, I'm good, because she has a problem.
She knows, right?
You couldn't stop smoking for a couple weeks. She had a problem. Like she stressed the fuck out about her family.
I wonder what type of test they gave her. I wonder if it was a piss test or if it was a hair test or
hair test.
Why not?
I doubt it. Hair goes back too long. Like that'll be unfair, to be honest with you.
No, I don't know.
Well, nobody gonna take the wig off and do all that for you to get my hair. That's one. That ain't happening. You could take this hair off this wig.
The synthetic, right. So, but isn't the hair test more accurate though, or no?
It goes back further. It's not more accurate, but it goes back further. But like most of that's for like being a military, not military, like a Secret Service agent and really high-ranking jobs. I doubt that it costs more money. So I doubt that it will spend that money on every athlete. Think how many Olympic athletes there are. That was a whole lot of money.
If I would have known that I smoked weed and I had the test, I would have just dropped out. I wouldn't even have went to the test and said, my mind ain't right.
Oh damn!
And I'm back out right now.
Right, yeah.
Right.
Because I know I'm dirty. Right. I wouldn't even have went so that y'all would know and disappoint everybody who was rooting for me.
Not to mention the hair test would go so far back, like
did you just go back to the hair?
Would be gone. No, I'm saying they can't do no hair. Hell, they can't do no hair.
I wonder if she.
So what do they do? Pee test? They do a pee test.
I'm pretty sure it's the regular piss test. Yeah.
Well, she should have talked to someone in the hood to help her pass this thing.
She could have. Right, and that's the thing. She probably could have took.
Yeah, she ain't got the right people.
Cleansing shit. Like
I could have got her out all night and she would have passed that thing the next day if she would have talked to the right people.
Right. Yeah. If she would have had some cleansing pills and drank 3-4 gallons of water, she would have passed. Like, I don't listen. It's crazy.
Is that what you do?
I'm not a fucking nothing. But I know people that have done that.
You don't have to get tested for nothing.
Hell no.
But them herpes.
Right. So yeah, I think it's and not to mention like the people that are talking about they're going to protest. They probably not even plan on watching the Olympics anyway.
Never seen the game.
You're boycotting something we were not going to watch. Like, come on.
Nah, we're not. Ain't nobody beat about watching the Olympics in 2021. Like, we ain't pressed. What they need to be concerned about is how the fact that in Japan the rate of the coronavirus is going crazy over there right now.
Oh, really?
And yeah, and I think that's going to be the bigger story. The bigger story is going to be.
You think they'll cancel it if it's out of control like that?
They said they're not going to cancel it. The country is not going to cancel it. It was a huge issue when they announced they were going to do it, but now with the Delta variant, people are saying like people are over there getting corona like crazy, and
they're not vaccinated over there.
I'm not sure what the vaccination rate is, but it ain't looking too good. Actually,
so they said they're not going to cancel it no matter what.
I want to say I could be very wrong, but I believe I heard that only 10% of people in Japan have been vaccinated. Let me double check that fact.
A lot of Japan is country. I'm pretty sure in Tokyo that's where the Olympics is at, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure in Tokyo is real high but there's a lot of country farm areas in Japan, but all the money's in Tokyo and whatever other two big cities they got.
Yeah, it's only this is crazy. It's only 11.6% of the population that's fully vaccinated in Japan right now.
Oh wow! You see, there's a lot of poor people out there. People don't know that.
No, I didn't know that either.
11% is low.
That's super low. That is super low.
That's probably all in Tokyo, man.
Yeah, so I think that's going to be the bigger story when these athletes come back to their home countries and
bring all that back here to the United States, right? Into their other countries.
Mahogany said it's not like weed give you wings. No, it doesn't. Right. It actually slows you down. Is that correct?
It slows you down, right? So she would actually be faster if she didn't smoke, which is why, why are you smoking? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it's the Olympics. Like, come on.
Yeah. So I mean, hopefully she'll get it together. She's only 21, so she'll be back. Lord willing, and the creek don't
you
rise.
How much do you get paid? Do you get paid?
Well, you can you get paid
more
for
of your endorsements,
the endorsements and the sponsorships, and she was the it girl. Like she was it. Like I think she was going to be on the face. I think
she's still going to be the it girl. She can bounce back
because Nike is saying that they're not going to leave her. They're going to let her stay. They're proud of her. Joe Biden said that he appreciated the way that she took ownership of it, and he said the rules are the rules. That's what Joe said. That's exactly what he said. The rules are the rules, spoken like a true never mind. But
I knew. Lord, I said it in my head.
Yeah. But hopefully she'll be able to bounce back. All right. Speaking of the rules being the rules, and speaking of black folks boycotting, let's talk about your homeboy.
Segue. Yeah.
Thank you. I actually do this for real. Let's talk about Mr. Cosby. Mr. Cosby, William H. Cosby III. Of course, he was released from prison. What has it been? About a week or so ago.
Yeah.
The conviction that he had was overturned, and he is back home with his family. He's excited. They say he is in good physical appearance. He is on top of his mental state. He's exuberant. He's 83 years old, and he's planning on going on tour.
Yes, I didn't know that. Yes, Bill.
I told you I was going to change the story around. So my question, what do you think the response is going to be to a Bill Cosby comedy tour? Now, let me say something else also. He said that they're working out details. He says he says they have to work out the details about how audiences, promoters, and media insurrectionists who fueled hate will be screened. Now, according to Mr. Cosby, the media is responsible for the January 6th attack on the Capitol. So he said,
but go ahead.
Okay. So let's talk about the Bill Cosby comedy tour. DJ Green, I'll start with you. Mahogany said, who's going to see him on tour? DJ Green, what say you, sir?
He's going to do numbers, not Kevin Hart numbers. He might do Kevin Hart numbers.
He's going to do
crazy numbers, like crazy numbers. He's going to make probably more money on this tour than any tour in his life. I'll say that. I'll bet on that.
What are you basing it on?
Kevin Hart does the craziest
numbers. You go, Green?
Hell yeah, and I've never been to a Bill Cosby show. I would be excited to go to a show. You went to yeah. Like the whole hype, like he has so much hype behind it now. That's what I said. He's gonna do similar to Kevin Hart. I wouldn't be surprised if he do Kevin Hart numbers, to be honest with you.
No, okay, let's just stop that right there. There's no way that Bill Cosby at 84 years old is going to sell out. First of all, Bill Cosby is not that funny. That's a fact. Bill Cosby. No one is laughing at Bill Cosby jokes.
You might not think he's that funny, but a lot of people do. He is.
It's more of wanting to hear his story, hear the jail stories, hear his thoughts on everything.
Exactly. He's gonna have a whole
more just to hear him talk and speak and hear his side and how he sees this whole situation.
And he gonna address the situation in a joke, and that shit gonna be classic. He is. Everyone's gonna want it. That's the thing. You just said some real shit. He's not that funny. He's funny, but he's not like Kevin Hart, Dave Chappelle. No, not to me.
He's not.
Or you.
He's 84 years old. He's not funny.
But here's the thing. Like Rich Girl just said, people want to hear what he got to say. That right there is going to make it. That right there is the ticket sales right there. I'm buying a ticket off of that alone if he comes anywhere near me. You know what I mean?
This is the craziest
anywhere
thing
from DC to Carolina.
You would go to see Bill Cosby.
If it's like a weekend trip somewhere else, I'll go. We make a party out of it.
Like, there was no way in the world. First of all, let's just be clear. Let's be clear about something. The people that are supporting Bill Cosby, the people that are in support of Mr. Cosby, are the same exact people that he talked down to for 30 years. He talked about.
For the record, I wouldn't say he's completely innocent. I'm not one of those people. I'm not going to say, and
hold on, time out. Now that I think about it, Grant, you were totally opposed to Bill Cosby.
As far as what he did.
Now that I think about it, what are you talking about?
But that has nothing to do with his comedy and not with the topic at hand. You said this is when I go to the tour. Yes. Do I still think he's a dirty? Well, hey, he's a dirty guy in his past. Yes, I do. You know what I'm saying? But
why would you give him your money?
I think that you would have
he got off. That's not his fault.
You would have to not listen to no music, not watch no movies if you are trying to stay away from people like Bill Cosby, because they are in this industry. Period.
Right.
Yeah. Everywhere. So you would just this music, TV, all this would have to be dead, and you can't support nobody because you don't know how many people you're supporting that's like him.
But we do know him though.
I know that deposition. I believe he was taking it as a joke. I think it was a joke. I think he was, because he knew that it wasn't going to be used for nothing. So I think that they were asking him questions, and I think he was just being funny with it. Like, yeah, I get it. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I took her home. Mm-hmm. That's what I think. And I think that they know that's how he was saying it. But this many years later, they were trying to use it against him as if he was saying that thing as fact. But I don't believe he went in there and spoke that type of truth without being funny with it, like not being real. That's what I think.
That's interesting. I've never heard that before, and I don't agree, but that's an interesting.
That's what I think. So you don't think that? Do you think it's possible that he could have went in the room and was just when they were asking him questions, he was just saying off the wall shit, being irritated?
No, I think
you've never seen that done. You've never seen people being questioned and they answer just being funny, like, because they're so irritated. You've never seen like Lil Wayne. No celebrities do that. You've never seen them do that.
Not when he wouldn't answer the questions.
Well, but not being deposed though. Like this was like serious. I think that he went in there and he didn't think that the records were going to be unsealed, which they weren't supposed to be, which is
right. See,
how we ended up getting off.
But that's what I'm just saying. That's why I think he said anything. I don't think I would have to see a video of how it was said and his mannerism. I would have to see all of that. Just reading words, reading a text message, you can interpret it differently. So you don't know how it was said. I mean, I don't know how it was said. So you would have to believe that he went in there and he was just, I gave her this and I did this to her and I did this. I just don't believe that he. I
mean, but I've heard parts of the deposition though. Like I've heard part of it, and he sounded serious to me. Like it didn't sound like he didn't sound irritated. Like he was answering them people questions. Like they set him down and he was answering them questions. And
it's a lot. I started seeing the Cosby Show on television regularly again, and I said something's about to happen.
Somebody else said that, but let me push back on that. Somebody else said that because Cosby been back on TV for a couple of years.
And I told
it's been back on TV for a couple of years. It's been back on TV for a couple of years. I saw somebody else post that TV One has been playing the Cosby Show for a couple of years. Like because when I was working at the radio station, I would walk in. A Different
World it had came back. Cosby Show came back, and I said something about to happen.
It's been back for a couple of years.
They had pulled it.
TV One had brought it back for a couple of years ago. Like I would walk in and I was like, "Oh, the Cosby Show," or different role on. Like at least 2 years, at least.
How long has he been in jail?
2 years, right? Yeah. The biggest thing I think is
he's been in jail 2 years, and his show's been back on for 2 years.
Well, TV One must have never stopped playing it.
They did. I'm a TV watcher, so I know TV. Okay. Now it was gone.
It got pulled and got back on,
and it came back.
Yeah, it definitely came back.
They came back. It just came back. Like I was just like, you noticed it was gone, and all of a sudden you just start seeing Cosby Show again, and you're like, didn't he do something wrong?
Well, he was about to buy NBC.
Isn't that a black station? Why would a black station be playing the Cosby Show in a different world?
The biggest mistake he made was settling out of court with that woman. If he didn't do nothing wrong, you never pay somebody just to shut up. Like
how many people?
Now, granted, he might have did something wrong. But
how many sports figures and entertainers have, and they say that they didn't do it.
Green, I'm really surprised. Green, I'm really surprised at you because you were the biggest.
You're so smart and strong, Green.
The statute of limitations is real.
Green was going hard against Bill Cosby.
Green is so smart. I don't know what you're talking about. Green,
he was going harder against Cosby at one point than anybody else. Like he was the leader of the movement.
What he did is dirty. But I separate the art from the person.
But what you do is dirty, so you can relate.
Right. You're a dirt ball, so you can relate to other dirt balls.
I hope people separate me, the artist, from me as the person. That's all I ask.
Right. Okay.
I'm a person like Bill.
So you all in the comments, let us know. Are you all going to see Bill Cosby's comedy performance? I'm not going, number one, just because he won't
You're
never
not a Bill Cosby fan.
Yeah,
not doing stand up. Like I'll still watch the Cosby Show. Like I'll laugh at that. But when he was home,
you still support him too. You'll watch the Cosby Show.
I separate the art from the artist.
Let me ask you this:
right?
Bill Cosby and Cliff Huxtable are two different people. Go ahead, Green.
If somebody from the radio station, your former station, gave you 2 free tickets, would you go?
No.
So you would not go because of the situation.
I have no desire to see Bill Cosby perform. Like,
just because you do okay,
right? I don't have any desire. Like, if I didn't want to see him perform before, like he come out on the stage and, mind you, again, before he got locked up, all he did was talk bad about black people. Like his whole shtick was like, pull your pants up. Black people, you need to start. Shouldn't talk like that.
What's wrong with that? Oh,
that was his comedy show. But that's just what he preached.
That was bad.
That was what
we all were saying that. We were with him.
That what he preached was he was basically just a disgruntled old man. I know people who have met him in person. And he's just a horrible person, man. Like just straight up, like he just.
Because he said, "Pull your pants up." He's a horrible person,
right?
No.
You got a personal vendetta.
No.
Like, were you trying to be Theo and he cashed you?
No.
Like, what's going on here?
No.
You got a personal vendetta against him.
In the later years of his career, he made he had a vendetta against black people who were poor, who were less fortunate, who were different than him, who didn't fit the mold of what society.
So he wouldn't like people like me.
Exactly. Oh, he would hate you. Oh my gosh, he would hate your guts. He would call you all sorts of whores and all sorts of harlots and everything. Oh my goodness, man, you indecent. He would call you everything, but you would support him. Green, he would call you all sorts of.
The hype. I'm just to stick to the business.
I've supported
what is he gonna say is gonna sell so many.
You can see that on YouTube.
You see what on YouTube?
His performance.
You don't have to actually go to see.
No, they're gonna ban cameras from being in there. You ain't gonna see a bunch. You ain't gonna see none of that until the tour's over.
Because a lot of the comedy shows out here, they have lock bag for your phone, and you have to put your phone in a lock bag.
Chappelle was like the first one to start doing that.
Mm-hmm. That's where I first saw it at his show.
That Chappelle show.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I don't know. It'll be interesting. I don't know if it'll be interesting to see if the support outweighs the
I don't think it's gonna happen. He might do one. He might do one being you. I don't think he's gonna do like state to state. Like he said, he's old.
I mean, no, he might do it just because he just want to
do a virtual one and let people buy tickets, and you ain't got to worry about it.
Bill Cosby don't know how to get on Zoom. He's 90 years old.
What do I put?
He get in the camera, his nose be all in it. No, man, he don't know how to get on Zoom.
You got to realize that man just did. This is Bill Cosby. He just went to prison. Like we was like, really, Bill is in prison. He probably like, no, I'm about to live my life. I'm about to live again. Like, no, sir.
You think I was living before giving bitches stuff? Right. Y'all see what I do now.
He definitely ate that bed. And when they came to him,
what are y'all drinks now?
when they came to him,
learned some new shit in prison. I learned some new shit. I learned some new shit in prison.
He ain't gonna stop.
I'm gonna get you hoes now.
This is hilarious.
You ain't gonna what you gonna do?
Wow, we're going over the edge a lot on this show, guys. But this pretty much that took the cake. He I knew. Oh my god, I can't even thought out.
Here's the thing. I do not support his way of life, but
I'm so disappointed.
I am happy to see a black man use the era of the system to get out of jail. Like that's amazing, man. Like because they fucked up. It had nothing to do with him.
So what about it? What about the victim, Green? You don't care anything about them?
They don't care about us.
I'm talking about the victims. I'm not talking about the system.
Well, the ones that didn't.
This isn't a victimless crime that we're talking about. We're talking about the crime that he was.
I just have a lot of questions.
Within the statute of limitations. It's unfortunate that they didn't want to come forward before them, but that's the law. Now, the one woman that settled out of court, and they somehow let her use her, which is crazy, which is actually crazy as hell for real, because she got paid and he went to jail for her. You see what I'm saying? So she shouldn't have took the money. You see what I'm saying? She should have just took her shit straight to the police and no, I don't want your money. You're a dirtbag and you're going to jail. She didn't do that. She took the money, and now 14 years later, he gets locked up for it. Now, granted, if he didn't do nothing wrong, he shouldn't have paid her. I feel like if he paid her, he did something wrong. You know what I'm saying?
Why couldn't it then he just didn't want to entertain a lawsuit and have all of this and deal with all of that?
He might have felt that way. My personal belief.
He might have been advised to just go.
If you are innocent, don't give nobody $1, because they will always look at you as guilty. And that's what happened to him. Right. And they actually tried. I mean, the fact of the matter is he spent 2 years behind bars when he shouldn't have by law. You know, I'm not gonna say he's a good guy. He's a dirtbag. But by law, he shouldn't have spent no time in jail. That's just the facts. These rich white men pay women off all the time. You know what I'm saying? They don't go to jail. He actually paid the woman and still went to jail. That's not right. When you really think about it. And the other women, they just didn't file in time. And that's unfortunate.
But that's what a lot of reporters are saying, that they're not agreeing. Like, he's not, like, they think he's guilty. Yes. And it's wrong what he did. But they are saying that this is the law. They went about it the wrong way. And this is the law. So legally, he should be out.
Rich white people use
not morally or anything. They're saying
not morally right. Rich white people use the law. He's a rich black man that used the law, and goddamn, yeah, it is what it is.
So did you guys know that this was in the works? Did you know that they were looking into do this? Was this spoken about before it happened?
I had no idea, and they said that they offer him deals we'll let you out now if you just say you did this. He was like, no. See, I didn't know none of it.
Is that true?
Yeah. Because they knew.
She's asking me, Green. She doesn't believe you. She's asking me if it's true, not you.
You can look into it.
Yeah, no, she doesn't believe you.
They offered Bill Cosby deals like months ago, like, because they knew they was fucked, basically. When the lawyer filed, like, this is unjust. They knew that another appellate court was going to rule that he can get out, because he should have never got locked up. Like Judge Joe Brown said, this was actually crazy in the eyes of the law. He should have never got locked up.
Well, period. I ain't gonna go with Judge Joe Brown. He went a little left with his theory.
No, he just be going hard, but he is a real judge.
What does that mean? He's a real judge. What does that mean?
No, he knows the law. I'm just talking about the law. I ain't talking about nothing else. He knows the law. He said
he talked about the law probably about this much. Everything else was his opinion about the situation.
Right, but as far as the law, that's why he said Bill Cosby should have never got arrested. He paid the woman the way they did the whatever other processes they did wrong. He got done dirty.
The deposition should have never been unsealed. That's
right. That's the main. That's
the main thing. Like all the other stuff that matters. The deposition should have never been unsealed. I agree. They did railroad him in that regard. Mm-hmm. I do not agree that Bill Cosby is not a rapist and that he did not take advantage of at least one woman.
Right.
I believe at least two. I can't speak to the other victims. At least two.
Then I have a question for you. Why would you dare watch his show? If you really truly feel that way about him, you would be disgusted to see him on television. I'm
separating the artist from the art.
There you
go.
What Green said. Oh. I will hope people do that for everyone.
I'm just getting to the point where, like, I stopped listening to R. Kelly a while ago because I felt like all of his songs were
about rape.
Yeah. So I haven't listened to any R. Kelly songs, but I am just getting to the point now where I will listen to R. Kelly on features. Okay. I know. It's very hypocritical. It's very hypocritical. I'm not perfect, okay? I will listen to R. Kelly on features.
You bring his logic be just like yours.
Yeah,
like, y'all think that y'all be making so much sense, and it's just be like, what?
You the
one that we thought really about to kick some knowledge.
Okay,
what feature made you be like, I have to listen? I like this song.
It was Biggie effing you tonight. Just couldn't let it go.
I never stopped playing. I was actually still DJing full time when R. Kelly got hit the first time. I never stopped playing his music. I always separate the artist from the person because I don't really care about the person.
No matter what, you don't care. No matter what they done, you're going to still
unless
support
it's
their
about
art.
an actual murdering children or something heinous.
So
having sex with children. I'm not even going to go there. Children
but the girl's 15. It's not ethical, but the girl knew what she was doing. Now, if it was a 6-year-old,
let's go to the next topic.
Absolutely not. Yeah, nah.
Aaliyah, he was married to her, and she was 15 when he started hanging out with her, 16 when they got married. Aaliyah, she was famous and everything.
What does that mean?
Did you look at her as a child that didn't know what she was doing?
I never had sex with her, and when she was 16, I was 13.
I know you didn't have sex with her. What are you talking about? She would never talk to you. Anyway, I'm saying you knew that those are the facts. He was 27, she was 16. You knew that, and you never. Everyone just accepted it as okay. She's under 18, but her family said it was okay. And when you were 16, you knew what you were doing sexually. Like I said now.
Well, okay, so let's unpack that, and then we're gonna move on. I'm not gonna stay here too long.
Yeah, we're gonna stay here. Let's go.
Yeah. Number one, she was a child. Number one, the brain is not fully developed at the age of 15 or 16 to necessarily make those choices. R. Kelly was an adult. If he was 27, she was 15, 16. She was an adult. Anything other than that is rape. And it's rape.
No, it wasn't rape. Her family co-signed it. That's the problem, I guess. Her family, she can't get married without her parents' consent.
We're not even talking about marriage, though. I'm only
married.
I get that. I get that. But we're talking about that doesn't mean that R. Kelly isn't wrong.
No, R. Kelly is about to do Bill Cosby's time.
Right, but we're not even talking about that. You went back to Aaliyah. So what I'm saying is that R. Kelly, as a 27-year-old man who was having sex with young girls, was completely wrong. There's no way to even.
Yeah, he was sleeping with Aaliyah. Yes.
Okay, well, case closed. You did, but case closed. Moving on. So we have this other show that we do on Instagram. We're going to wrap this thing up. Someone said, "Who cares if her parents were on it?" I agree, 100%. Let's put that up there.
I agree.
We have this other show that we do on Instagram. It's called The Safe Space. So we're going to hop over on Instagram, and we're going to have some people who have some issues going on in their life, and we are going to help them out. If you are watching this, feel free to follow us on IG at The Talk of the Town Unfiltered. Also, make sure you follow us on all social media platforms. Make sure you download and subscribe on YouTube. Make sure you do all of that stuff. We're going to get out of here. Go to YouTube. RG, what you got?
See you guys over on Instagram.
Who's that talking, Green?
Yeah, that's what I'm like.
On my phone.
Oh, we're doing a show right now?
Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't sign off yet. We're about to. So you can look at it in just 1 sec.
Right.
All right, you guys, just go ahead over there to Instagram, follow us, Talk of the Town Unfiltered. Just give us a couple of minutes and you're going to see that thing go red. And that means we're live. Go over there right now.
All right, Green, what you got?
If you half step, you're going to get half results, and hard work always pays off. And fellas, remember, if she won't submit, you must have quit.
Okay. That has a different connotation to it now. It just sounds a little bit.
It didn't hit.
It doesn't even have, especially after that conversation we just had. It doesn't. The ring is a little different. That's all right. Be thankful for what you have. It's always some. Yeah. That just. I'm just not even going to say my closing. I'm just going to go. We'll see y'all next week over on Instagram. Peace out.